You're awake. How about that? Whoa, easy there, easy. You've been out cold a couple of days now. Why don't you just relax a second? Get your bearings. Let's see what the damage is. How about your name? Can you tell me your name? I can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but if that's your name, that's your name. I'm Doc Mitchell. Welcome to Goodsprings. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place. How'd I do? got most of it right anyway. Stuff that mattered. Okay, no sense keeping you in bed anymore. Let's see if we can get you on your feet. Good. Why don't you walk down to the end of the room, over by that vigor tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race. Ooh, looking good so far. Go ahead and give the vigor tester a try. We'll learn right quick if you got back all your faculties. Most patients don't get out of bed after being shot and then move like they was in perfect control. You're unusual, I'll say that. Well, we know your vitals are good, but that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you nuttered in a bighorn and dropping. What do you say you take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions? See if your dogs are still barking. It's important that you're relaxed for this next test. Please have a seat. It's important that you're relaxed for this next test. All right. I'm gonna say... First... I'm slow to... I charge in to... Almost done. Oh. Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. I got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head. All right, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out.
That Doc Mitchell sure knows his stuff, doesn't he? Way too many strangers coming into town these days. No offense.
Howdy. Word of advice, though. If you ever catch up with him, watch out. The man's got cold eyes like a snake. Was a prospector until I decided to settle here to get away from the NCR. Now, we'll just take it easy and help. Nah. Means I poke through old buildings looking for working. Way I see it, salvage means it's broken, near worthless. Me, I look for the good stuff. Guns, chems, spare... Nope. Had a pretty good claim once, way out east by the river, but got run off by raiders. Don't get me wrong, the NCR's got a lot of decent folk in it. It's just that they make you part of them whether you like it or not. Towns like Goodsprings and Primm don't stay independent for long. Not if you've got something the NCR wants. Still, the NCR keeps the Legion away. They're slavers, led by a guy named Caesar, or Caesar. Not sure how you're supposed to... A couple of years ago, they tried to take over Hoover Dam, but the NCR beat them back. The Legion's got its strength back, and is getting ready for another round at the dam. My money's still on the NCR winning, but you never know. We've been hearing stories about legionaries on the Nevada side of the river, so keep a gun handy. You don't want to get caught by them. The dam powers a lot of New Vegas, and then there's all that clean water lying in Lake Mead, too. Anybody who owns the dam owns the territory. Meat and hide, mostly. Can't put a pack on them. You just lay down until you take it off. Can find a bunch of wild ones high up in the hills, but gotta be careful around them. They can put up a decent fight if cornered. The machine? Harmless, no matter what Trudy says. She thinks it's hiding something. Keep your gun handy if you go poking around some of the abandoned places around here.
Cheyenne, Sure can. Take the road southeast out of town till it hits the freeway. Primm is the town with the roller coaster, straight south. Can't miss it. NCR patrols do a good job of keeping the highway clear, but I'd keep your gun where you can reach it easily. You never know who you'll run into. Off the road, you'll probably start running into hostile wildlife. My advice would be to stick to the highway when you can. Not in Goodsprings, no. But if you're up for a little scavenging, there's always the schoolhouse. Most of what's in there is junk, but there's this old safe that even Easy Pete wasn't able. If you want to take a shot at it, take these. If the lock's too much for you to handle, reading through the magazine... You'll need those to pick the lock. Be careful, though. Put too much pressure on them, and... Always happy to help someone down on their luck. I hunt geckos, mostly. The meat's pretty good, and I can always find a buyer for the hides. I also help keep the town clear of rat scorpions and coyotes. Not many people live in Goodsprings, so... Yeah, I guess there's a thing or two I could show you. Sounds like you need all the help you can get after what they done to you. Meet me... Everything all right? Well, let's just finish this. Now, see the sarsaparilla bottles on the fence there? Take this and try to hit a couple of them. That's the right idea. Try crouching down and staying still. Nice shot. Well, that's a start. But I don't... Tell you what. I gotta go chase geckos away. Ah, hell's bell. What the? I'm heading back now. Hope I didn't miss anything good. She'd... Hi there. Sure, what do you want to know? Southeast of here is Prim. Can't miss it. Since it has the giant old roller coaster right in the middle of town. The NCR's got an outpost there. If you follow the road north, you'll eventually hit Sloan and Quarry Junction. They mine rocks or something, but I heard... I wouldn't head that direction if I were you, though. Got critters up there that don't take kindly to getting shot. The new California Republic. Bunch of settlers and soldiers coming in from the west, fixing on making Nevada their own. They can be right pushy, but the roads are safer because of them, so I tend to let it go. Not that I got a choice. Well, the wildlife, for one thing. They're protecting their own. They've been holding off this other group from the east, too. Got a funny name. Call themselves Caesar's Legion. Never seen them in these parts, so I couldn't tell you. I hear rumors, that's about it. Supposedly they keep slaves and they got some real nasty ways of killing folks. But maybe that's just something folks in the NCR cooked up to make themselves seem more useful. Around here, mostly coyotes and geckos. The coyotes are pretty dangerous in large packs, but otherwise they're nothing to really... The geckos aren't too tough, but they've got a nasty bite. I've heard about bigger, nastier versions out in the wasteland, but I've never seen them. Stick to the roads when you can, and steer clear of the hills north of Good Springs. The critters up there are big and poisonous. If you... And...
Mr. New Vegas show. The show with, in my opinion, which I respect, the best-looking audience around. Somebody prove me wrong? Well, you know what that means, folks. Time for some news. Unconfirmed reports say NCR's General Lee Oliver may have uprooted from his post at Camp McCarran in order to be present at Hoover Dam. NCR sources say that holding the dam against Caesar's Legion has become their main strategic priority, and this move would not be unexpected. The preceding segment was sponsored by the Silver Rush. Silver Rush.
Hi there. Sticking around.
The rush of a warm laser
Until
in
now.
your hand. Gonna play a song for you right now, and it's about that special someone you find only once in a blue moon.
I'm done being nice. If you don't hand Ringo over soon, I'm going to get my friends and we're burning this town to the ground. Got it?
We'll keep that in mind. Now, if you're not gonna buy something, get out. Well, you've been causing quite a stir. Glad I finally got to meet you. Welcome to the Prospector Saloon. Looks like our little town got itself dragged into the middle of something we don't want anything to do with. About a week ago, this traitor, Ringo, comes into town. Survivor of an attack, he says. Bad men after him. Needs a place to hide. We figured he was just in shock, so we gave him a place to lie low. We didn't actually expect anyone to come after him. He's holed up at the abandoned gas station up the hill. You mean murder him? That's not our way, even if Cobb is scum. He can bluster and threaten all he wants. Some of the others, like Sonny, will probably stand up for Ringo if he asks for help, which he hasn't. Personally, I hope he sneaks out of town one night and takes the powder gangers with him. Chain gangs, really. The NCR brought them in from California to work on the rail lines. Problem is, it turns out that giving convicts a bunch of dynamite and blasting powder isn't the best idea. It was a big escape not too long ago. Some of them stuck together so they could make trouble. That's what we're dealing with now. If you were able to get Ringo out of this mess, you'd have a decent reputation around Goodsprings. I'd even set you up with a discount. Of course, helping Ringo would also make the powder gangers mad, and they've got a lot of friends out there.
I heard somebody whisper, please adore me. And when I looked, the moon had turned to gold. Blue moon.
Don't know why you'd want to do a thing like that. Yep, you'd get on their good side, but people around here wouldn't appreciate it one bit.
Without a love of my own. Blue moon.
He's a con.
No longer alone. Without
Not much, other than they're a bunch of freeloaders who expected a few rounds on the house. I was able to get them to pay up, though. Of course, one of the great cons did knock my radio to the floor by accident, and it hasn't been working since.
It's Mr. New Vegas letting you know
They were having some kind of argument about it, but the guy in the checkered coat kept shushing them. Sounded like they came in from the north through Quarry Junction. If that's the case, I can't say I blame them for not wanting to go back. That whole area is overrun with the kind of critters that just get mad if you shoot them. Merchants avoid that whole stretch of I-15 like it's radioactive, which it could be for all I know. I didn't hear exactly, but the leader was talking about the strip. Fellow wants to get there and avoid the 15, he'd have to go east. Take Highway 93 up.
Well, that's all I have for you. This is Mr. New Vegas.
Sure, the outside looks okay, but I think something broke on the inside. There'd be caps in it for you. I do like to hear what's going on in the world, and that Mr. New Vegas seems like such a gentleman. I know that thing as much as anyone else around here. It mostly keeps to itself, which is just fine by me. Other than rolling around once in a while, it doesn't do anything useful. I don't know why it took an interest in you, but I'd be careful. It's never helped anyone before. It acts friendly enough, but I don't trust that whole cheerful cowboy act. It was here when I took over the saloon 7 years ago. Some people have said its owner lived here, but no one knows who it was. Mostly traders looking to buy bighorn or meat and hides. The traders are the main reason the general store manages to stay in business. Most travelers heading south on the I-15 just push on towards Primm, unless they're in desperate need of supplies. There's always something interesting going on, but the biggest news has to be the come and dust up between the NCR and the Legion over the dam. The new California Republic's got the most power in Nevada. Money, troops, you name it. They do what they can to keep things safe in the region. But if you ask me, they're trying to do too much. They're spread too thin. I'm pretty sure the NCR wants to hold on to the dam because it's one of the few places around that can make electricity. The Legion are a bunch of savages, though. No idea why they'd want the dam. Probably plan on destroying it or something. Slavers, killers, and all other kinds of trouble. They dress up like Roman soldiers, so there's no mistaking it when you see them. The rumor is that the Legion is far larger than the NCR lets on, and that it's been due to luck that the Legion hasn't overrun the territory. I'm sure. Be careful out there.
If you're looking for supplies, Chad over at the general store can help you out.
Hey!
I got spurs that jingle,
I got spurs that jingle,
as
jangle,
I
jingle.
go riding merrily
As I
along.
go riding merrily along.
Oh, ain't you glad?
And they sing, oh, ain't you glad
And
to
that
sing?
song ain't so very far
And that
from
song
wrong.
ain't
Ain't so very far from wrong.
Howdy.
You know, I tried to measure my charisma on a Vitomatic vigor tester once. The machine burst into flames. Here are our top stories. Rumors persist about a super mutant refuge nestled high in the ski lodge to the northwest. If you should find it, do not, repeat, do not belittle a super mutant for taking the bunny slope. Moving on. Traders from California are being turned away from Mojave Outpost where the NCR is concerned about dangers along Nipton Highway and I-15. Today's headlines were brought to you by Primm. Primm, the other New Vegas. Ladies and gentlemen,
That's close enough.
goes out from
Who are you, and what do you want with me? Sorry about the gun. You just caught me off guard, that's all. We got off to a bad start. What say we start over with a friendly game of Caravan? You know how to play? It's a two-player game, and the winner takes the whole pot. The goal is to... So... Yeah, he doesn't look very tough, though. I hear he's afraid I'll shoot him down from... I'll have a much bigger problem once his friends show up. There's no way I can handle all of them in a gunfight. I'm gonna lay low for as long as I can, assuming the town doesn't throw me to the wolves. I've got no chance against the gang on my own. All I've got left on me are a handful of caps, but you get me out of this and I'll make sure the Crimson Caravan pays you back. You've got my word. We just end up sharing the same grave if it's just the two of us. Now, if some of... Start with Sunny Smiles. So what's going on?
Hi there. Say no more. Joe Cobb talks about leaving us alone if we hand over Ringo, but I know his type. He and his... However, between you, me, and Ringo, we aren't exactly a force to be reckoned with. A lot of people around here look up to Trudy. If you could convince Trudy to join us, some of the folks in town... I know Easy Pete's got a stock of dynamite somewhere, and Chet just got a shipment of leather armor we could borrow. Talk to them as well. Finally, there's a good chance we'll all end up with extra holes in us. So if Doc Mitchell could cough up some extra stim packs, that'd be great. A silver tongue would help. Convincing Trudy that we had a good plan to win the fight would also help. I don't think give is in Chet's vocabulary. Even with the town at stake. Easy Pete's pretty protective of his dynamite. You'd have to...
Too dangerous. Gonna kill all yourselves if I let you touch it.
Be sure it's true.
Too dangerous. Yep.
So you're planning on taking on Joe Cobb's gang. It's a...
Millions of hearts have been broken.
That does sound like a good plan. All right, you seem to know what you're doing, so you can count me in. Let me have a word with a few other folks, and I'll see if I can't round up some more members for this militia you're creating. While everyone does own a gun, we could stand to be a little better equipped. The general's... Be careful.
Hey!
When you say I love you, it's a sin to tell a lie. Be sure it's true when you say I love you.
You must be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. The way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be walking out of that. I've got plenty of supplies for sale. Even got some weapon mods and special ammo. Well worth the caps if you ask me. If you're hurting for caps, I've also got boxes of surplus ammo in the miscellaneous section. They're not great, but you get what you pay for. Weapon mods are things like... Special ammo includes things like armor-piercing bullets, which don't hurt the target as much, but let you punch through armor easier. There's also hollow-point bullets, which have the opposite effect. You can kill unarmored targets easier, but they don't do shit against armor.
When you say I love you.
It's all about quantity over quality. Trouble is, you'll be cleaning and fixing your gun a lot more than usual when you use those kind of bullets. Now just hold on. I never voted to take on the Powder Gangers. Look, you're bringing this on yourselves. There's no way I'm getting involved. But hey...
Sleep, go to sleep. Just lay down your weary head. Dream sweetly, dream. Dream about tomorrow instead. Sleep, go to sleep. whispering a lullaby too. Dream, sweetly dream.
If Ringo doesn't head out on his own, I think we should hand him over. Don't mistake that for coward talk, though. We're a town of survivors. We'll fight tooth and nail if pushed. The leader was a New Vegas type. Typical city boy. He had a bunch of Great Khans. The Great Khans normally stay in their own territory way up northwest, on account of them being enemies with the NCR. Twice. Both times I drank a lot of liquor and lost most of my caps at the card tables. In that order, now that I think about it. If you ever get to New Vegas, be sure to visit Gomorrah. It's the best casino in the city. You won't regret it. Word of advice, behave. Between the NCR military police and Mr. House's robots, you don't want to be causing trouble on the Strip. I'm afraid I don't know much myself. Mr. House has got his own casino, Lucky 38, but nobody goes in or out except his robots. The other casinos follow Mr. House's rules, so I guess that makes him the leader of New Vegas. As far as I know, nobody's ever laid eyes on him. I think that robot who pulled you out of the dirt belongs to Mr. House. If Mr. House is looking after you, it's got to be a good thing, right? They're tough sons of bitches. Mean, but not crazy. They'll leave you alone unless you got something they want. The Great Khans deal in illegal chems. There's a good chance that most chems you come across were made by Great Khans. Take it.
You know they say that no news is good news, but I think my program would be awfully dull if that were the case. Ladies and gentlemen, this next song goes out from me to you.
Welcome back. I had hoped you would.
Love me.
I don't.
There were no
Sure.
tomorrow.
Seems like wherever I go, it's always the same. Oh, I'm not much good in a fight with my bum leg. And my...
Take me. Make
Well, I already told you I came from a vault. After that, I was a traveler. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Most folks out here ain't educated, so people with medical know-how are hard to come. I found that I could help a lot of people with what I knew, and that was all right with me. Eventually, I went back and married my childhood sweetheart, and that was the end of my traveling days. Didn't miss it none then. Still don't.
Teach me.
Well, ain't we all right?
Should know.
Well, ain't we all right?
Love me as though
This here's Good Springs, named after the water we got here, just down the road to the southeast. Good Springs. It's a quiet town, and that's how we like it. We don't go looking for trouble, though occasionally it sees fit. Well, there's a general store just up the road, run by a fella named Chet. He don't got... If you're looking to wet your whistle, just past Chet's is the Prospector Saloon. The bartender there, Trudy, knows it. Other than that, there's not much to see. Just...
love me.
I didn't see him or the men with him.
There were no
You might. Your best bet would probably be Trudy, the bartender at the saloon up the road.
my darling.
That'd be Victor. Curious fella. He's sort of odd, and I don't just mean 'cause he's a robot. I couldn't tell you much. He's real friendly, don't get me wrong. He keeps to himself mostly. You want to know more about him, you'll have to ask him yourself. He has a shack on the southern edge of town.
Play the guitar, play it again, my Johnny. Maybe you're cold, but you're so warm inside.
Howdy, partner. Might I say you're looking fit as a fiddle? Don't mention it. I'm always ready to lend a helping hand to a stranger in need. I was out for a stroll that night when I heard the commotion up at the old bone orchard. Saw what looked like a bunch of bad eggs, so I laid low. Once they'd run off, I dug you up to see if you were still kicking. Turns out you were. So I hauled you off to the dock right quick. I'm a Securitron. Robco Security Mob. Happy trails!
You can be kind, I know. There was never a man like my Johnny, like the one they
Howdy,
call Johnny Guitar.
Can't say that I'm familiar with the rascals. Some of the fine folks in town might be able to help you. I mosered into town, 10, 15 years ago. Anyway, it's a right peaceful town, and I reckon it's as fine a place to settle as any. Trouble with rustlers, huh? Count me in, partner. Those varmints will be...
Like my Johnny, like the one they call Johnny Guitar.
Way too many strangers coming into town these days. No offense.
Play it again, Johnny Guitar.
I'll keep an eye out for the...
Feeling thirsty? Be...
So what's going on? Well, I guess that means we're ready to go. All right.
Time to look alive. The powder gangers are... They're getting set up in cover, but it might not go well unless we get out there soon. At least 6, Joe Cobb included. I'll be set up near the store. Let's hope that the gang doesn't manage to make it that far.
Time to get you some news. Troubling news from Trim as merchants report a large presence of armed, unsavory figures patrolling the town. Residents are nowhere to be found. Moving on. California are being turned away from Mojave Outpost where the NCR is concerned about dangers along Nipton Highway and I-15. Those were our top stories. Here's Bing Crosby reminding us of those times when you absolutely have to kiss the person you love. Something's gotta give. Up next.
When an irresistible force such as you meets an old immovable object like me.
I owe you a huge favor for this. Here, these are technically Crimson Caravan funds, but I know they'll understand once I explain things.
Gotta give, something's gotta give, something's gotta give. When an irrepressible smile
I did have what was left of the Crimson Caravan money, but I wasn't sure if it was my right to just give it away. I owe you more than that, though, so look me up at the Crimson Caravan camp up in New Vegas if you ever visit.
'Cause I insist.
Thanks again for all your...
Somewhere, somehow, someone.
I've never stopped here until recently. You're better off asking one of the locals.
So on guard, who knows what the fates have in store from their vast, mysterious sky. I'll try hard, ignoring those lips I adore. But how long can anyone try? Fight it with all of our might. Chances are that as we live, something's gotta give, something's gotta give, something's gotta give.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to me, Mr. New Vegas, and you look extraordinarily beautiful right now. And now the news. Good Springs has fended off a mob of escaped convicts after organizing an impromptu militia. This according to an old man armed to the teeth with dynamite. Also in the headlines, patrons of the Ultralux are questioning whether its pricey restaurant, the Gourmand, is overstating the fullness of its wait list. Those who claim to have dined at the restaurant find the food appealing, but say many tables remain empty. And that's the news. Hey, New Vegas, have you ever said you love someone when it wasn't quite true? Sure you have, but you shouldn't, because it's a sin to tell a lie.
Be sure it's true. You say I love. It's a sin.
Hello?
That'll teach the powder gangs to avoid Good Spring. Until next time.
I'm glad that business is over.
We need more people like you around.
That ought to keep things...
My heart, I'll die. So be sure it's true when you say I love you. It's a sin to tell a lie.
Be sure it's true when you say I love you, honey. Call. You got sense enough to know it's a sin to tell a lie. Whole lot of folks' hearts done been broken. Just over a whole lot of foolish words that's Finch Bowman.
I love you. Yes, I do. I love you. I'll die. So be sure it's true when you say I love you.
It's me again, Mr. New Vegas, reminding you that you're nobody till somebody loves you, and that somebody is me. I love you. It's just about time to get you some news. Scavengers report hulking individuals moving around Hidden Valley after dusk, but have been unable to identify them due to low visibility. In other news, patrons of the Ultralux are questioning whether its pricey restaurant, the Gourmand, is overstating the fullness of its wait list. Those who claim to have dined at the restaurant find the food appealing, but say many tables remain empty. Well, that's all I have for you. This is Mr. New Vegas wishing you ladylike luck tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, this next song goes out from me to you.
Melts my foolish heart with every single scene. Although I'm quite aware that here and there are traces of sad about the boy. Lord knows I'm not a fool, girl. I really shouldn't care. Lord knows I'm not a schoolgirl in the flirt. Will it ever cloy this odd diversity of misery and joy? I'm quite plain and young again, and all because
kissed her and she kissed me. Fella once got a kick in the head. The room was completely black. I hugged her and she hugged back. Just the beginning, my life is gonna be beautiful as sunshine up to spread. It's just like the fella said. Tell me quick, ain't nothing. Said, ain't that a kick in the head? Like the sailor said, quote, ain't that a hole in a boat? My head keeps spinning. I go to sleep and keep grinning. If this is just the beginning, my life is gonna be beautiful. She's telling me we'll be wed. She's picked out a king-size bed. I couldn't feel any better or I'd be sick. Tell me quick, oh, ain't love a kick? Tell me quick, ain't love a kick?
Hey, where the hell do you think you're going? Brim is off limits. Some convicts from the prison up the road have taken over the town. Everyone inside is either dead or in hiding. What's more, there are 2 tribes of raiders causing trouble in this area as well. You'd be safer heading back up to Goodsprings.
Still as perfect as the day we met.
We'd love to, but they don't fall under NCR jurisdiction. Even if they did, we're in no shape to protect them. We don't have the equipment to take out the convicts. And even if we did, we need some extra hands for backup. You should talk to Lieutenant Hayes. He's in a tent down the road. Just stay on the west side of the overpass if you don't want to get shot.
Age of the train and the scarcity of the replacement parts. Moving on. Citizens of Outer Vegas are flocking to the Strip in droves amid a wave of terror caused by a band of raiders known as the Fiends. Those who can afford passports are saying the added security is well worth the price of admission. Boy, the Mojave Wasteland is just a fascinating place, isn't it? You never know what's going to happen next. Here's Bing Crosby reminding us of those times when you absolutely have to.
I'm Sergeant McGee. I'm from the Hub originally, but it's been a long...
I'm Lieutenant Hayes of the New California Republic Army, 5th Battalion. We were sent out here to hold back the... As you can probably tell. The mission isn't a problem. The problem is with supplies. The convicts are better armed and organized than our intel. I'm trying to get some reinforcements here, maybe some guns with some firepower, but shit. Most people just call it NCRCF. That's NCR Correctional Facility. A little bit ago, the convicts there staged a coup. Killed the guards that weren't able to escape. And not much. They've taken to calling themselves powder gangers. Mostly because they've taken to using the explosives meant to clear boulders as weapons. They got organized faster than I would have thought. Most of them. Thankfully, the small group in town here seem to have split off from the main force, so they aren't getting anything in the way of support. As you... Yeah?
You lost?
Got business here?
I don't know what it was brought you to Prim, youngster, but you might want to rethink your plans. Town's gone to hell. Johnson Nash is my name. Husband to Ruby Nash. Lived in Prim going on 8. I'm a trader primarily, for what it's worth with things like they are. Well, I don't got any work right now, sorry to say. I'll tell you whatever I can. You have a delivery order you can show me? Oh, so you're talking about one of them packages. That job had Strange written all over it, but we couldn't turn down the caps. That cowboy robot had us hire 6 couriers. Each was carrying something a little different. Pair of dice, chess piece, that kind of stuff. Last word I have from the office, it looked like payment had been received for the other 5 jobs. Guess it was just your chip that didn't make it. First deadbeat we hired to do the job canceled. Hope a storm from the divide skins him alive. Well, that's where you came in. Yeah, I got this look when he saw you next down on the courier list. His expression turned right around. Asked me if your name was for real. I said, sure as like a rain, you were still kicking. Then he turned down the job, just like that. I asked if he was sure it was good money. No, let Courier 6 carry the package. That's what he said. Like the Mojaves sort you out or something. Then he just up and walked out. No idea. Sounds like you two had a history for him to act like that. And turn down the money, too. Hope he didn't see any trouble in that package of yours. Maybe he thought your name was bad luck. Enough for me to say. Well, now that you mention it, a few nights back, one of the townies was out scavenging for supplies. He said he saw a fellow with a daisy suit come through with some of them Great Con misfits. They was talking about a chip. Well, for that, your best bet is going to be talking to Deputy Beagle. Since they came to town, he was keeping a good bit of notes on them, and he was slinking around Bison Steve when your pretty boy friend came through. He may have heard where they were going. I guess I don't have anywhere better to be. Beagle had some notes he was taking while he was eavesdropping around the Potter gangsters. He'll be... Sure. Hey, youngster. Right now, Beagle is the closest Prim's got to any organized law. But he's still... First thing I'd say is get his sorry... Gangers, gangsters, all sounds like trouble.
Howdy.
Hello there. I'm Ruby Nash. My husband and I are Prim long-timers. He fancies himself a trader, and I know my way around a kitchen. My specialty is a rad scorpion venom casserole. It's more appetizing than it sounds. The venom has a sharp, smoky flavor, and it numbs your mouth so fierce you'll forget you ever had a tongue. It's perfectly safe, long as you don't have sores in your mouth for the venom to find your blood. 'cause that'll kill you dead. Does sound good, don't it? How? Guess you'll be needing to fight.
Howdy. Howdy.
Howdy.
Maybe I
young women of New Vegas asked me.
Watch out!
Whoa! Had enough?
Just about time to get you some news. Scavengers report hulking individuals moving around Hidden Valley after dusk, but have been unable to identify them due to low visibility. In addition, patrons of the Ultralux are questioning whether its pricey restaurant, the Gourmand, is overstating the fullness of its wait list. Those who claim to have dined at the restaurant find the food appealing, but say many tables remain empty. That's the news. This is Mr. New Vegas filling in for Mr. New Vegas. Hey, New Vegas, have you ever said you love someone when it wasn't quite true? Sure you have. But you shouldn't, because it's a sin to tell a lie.
Be sure it's true when you say I love. It's a sin to tell. Millions of hearts have been broken just because these words were spoken. I love, yes I do. I love. If you break, whoa!
You like that?
It's a sin.
Be sure it's true when you say I love you, honey. Call. You got sense enough to know it's a sin to tell a lie. Whole lot of folk hard and been broke. Just over a whole lot of foolish words that's been spoken.
I love, yes I do. I love. If you break my heart, I will die. So be sure it's true when you say I love you. It's
And we're back. This is Mr. New Vegas, and I feel something magic in the air tonight, and I'm not just talking about the gamma radiation. And now the news. The Black Mountain radio signal is back after a long absence. Listeners say the new programming is, quote, less for outcasts, more for weirdos.
I don't suppose you came here to rescue me. I'd cross my...
Persist about a super mutant refuge nestled high in the ski lodge.
Why, yes, I am. I'm in a bit of a predicament here. I'd be most appreciative if you'd set me free.
A super mutant for taking the bunny slope. That's the news. This is Mr. New Vegas.
I must say it's been the low point of my career in law enforcement. The Powder Gangers stole into town at night and murdered my sister and her husband, the sheriff, in bed while I was sleeping in the office. I watched them for a bit, waiting for the right moment to pounce and arrest the lot of them, taking careful notes as I watched. To my dismay, they found me while I waited in the shadows and brought me here.
Mad about the boy. I know it's stupid to be mad about the boy. I'm so ashamed of it, but must admit the sleepless nights I've had about the boy.
Indeed I do, good sir, and I would be thrilled to share that.
He melts my foolish heart in every single scene.
Oh, that's just marvelous.
I think I'll be making my way outside now. The air.
There are traces of the cat about the boy.
Oh, why, of course. I'd never let you find my kidnappers with my help, but without it. You lead the way.
I'm not a fool, girl. I really shouldn't care. Lord knows I'm not a schoolgirl in the flurry of first affair. Will it ever fly? This odd diversity of misery and joy. I'm feeling quite insane and young again, and all because I'm mad about the boy. Mad about
Howdy.
Well, that was quite an adventure. We taught those convicts, breaking myself out of a hostage situation. Not to diminish your role in it, of course, but it was quite thrilling. Problem is, there's still no law in Primm. What are we to do the next time ruffians menace us and...
Mountain radio signal is back after a long absence. Listeners say that new programming is...
Oh, no. I'm just a deputy, and I can't be a...
more for weirdos. Moving on.
It should be someone brave like you, but more of a homebody. Someone who'll settle down and watch over it. I heard the powder gangers talking about someone in the prison named Myers who has some experience as a sheriff. Also, with the NCR so close by, you may be able to get them to take over the town. Not sure why they haven't helped out already.
I'd like to play one of my very favorite songs for you.
You will? That's just marvelous. I'll start thinking up questions for the interview. The sheriff that was incarcerated up at NCRC. You also may be able to convince that NCR guy across the road to take the town under his wing. Although martial law doesn't sound so fun. Any luck finding a suitable candidate for our next sheriff? Ah, yes. My memory is much clearer now that I'm free from my bondage. I was performing recon, gathering information on some of the powder gangers, when some great cons arrived with your friend in the suit. They were talking about some delivery they took from a courier. I assume that was you? They said they'd be heading through Nipton to Novak to meet a contact there. Any luck finding a suitable candidate? Maybe.
Every day you love me less, each day I love you more. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number.
Howdy, partner. Welcome.
That I stop counting, that's the day my world will end. Heartache number 3 was when you called and said that you were coming back to stay. With hope for
Hey there.
God, I waited for you, knocked on the door. I waited, but you must have lost
Howdy.
the way. Yes, I've got heartaches by the number, troubles by the score.
Hey, youngster. Now, your guess is as good as mine. I heard of one fellow what got himself locked in that NCR jailhouse up. I imagine the NCR would be able to bring some law to the town, too. But from what... That beat up whole thing? A courier dropped it off a couple of months back. I got it working for a little. I haven't been able to get it up and running again. I was hoping to use it for some courier work. That... Hell if I know. I don't think it's serious. You're welcome to try. If I had my way, I'd dump it in the scrapyard in Novak. Oh. Hey, youngster. Well, I guess I never thought of that. I guess he could.
Howdy.
Howdy. Hey there.
To the town of our Frio rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip. The stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. It was early in the morning when he rode into the town. He's an outlaw, loose and running, came the whisper from each lip. And he's here to do some business with a big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men had tried to take him, and that many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, though a youth of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 in 19 more, 1 in 19 more. Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. Was in Arizona Ranger, wouldn't be too long in town. He came here to take an outlaw back alive or maybe dead. And he said it didn't matter, he was after Texas Red, after Texas Red. Wasn't long before the story was relayed to Texas Red. But the outlaw didn't worry, men that tried before were dead. 21 to see the ranger with the big iron on his hip, big iron on his hip. The morning passed so quickly, it was time for them to meet. It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the street. Folks were watching from the windows, everybody held their breath. They knew this handsome ranger was about to meet his death, about to meet his death. There was 40 feet between them when they stopped to make their play. And the swiftness of the Ranger is still talked about today. Texas red, not cleared leather for a bullet fairly ripped. And the Ranger's aim was deadly with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. It was over in a moment and the folks had gathered round. There before them lay the body of the outlaw on the ground. Oh, he might have went on living, but he made one fatal slip when he tried to match the Ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Big iron, big iron. When he tried to match the Ranger with the big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to me, Mr. New Vegas, and you look extraordinarily beautiful right now. All the latest news coming your way right now. Merchants are saying that there's been little contact between traders from Nipton in recent days, causing concerns that the isolated town may be in trouble. Also in the headlines, patrons of the Ultra Lux are questioning whether its bright new restaurant, the Gourmand, is overstating the fullness of its wait list. Those who claim to have dined at the restaurant find the food appealing, but say many tables remain empty. This program was brought to you by Gomorrah. It'll be ours. Ladies and gentlemen, this next song goes out from me to you.
Take me out of this world tonight. Take me, make me forget my sorrow. So when I wake tomorrow, I'll love right.